Hey everyone, this is James. March 26th. It's about 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and this is a 4-hour chart of Bitcoin. This is BTC USD on the Bitfinex exchange. Each bar represents 4 hours. If you're a new viewer, and even existing viewers, I thank you for your time, and I just want to say that first of all, this is not investment advice. Second of all, I like to go over the overall trend. I typically ignore this movement because this was the bubble phase, the euphoric phase. It can throw a lot of stuff off, but what we can see here is that we've assumed a downtrend since then, okay? And all that we've done is we've moved from one downtrend, this downtrend right here, to another downtrend, okay? And if you've seen my previous videos, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But basically, we're operating at a slightly more negative slope, this red slope, versus what we were at during this downfall here. So the question is now, like I said in my previous video, I thought that we were going to actually turn around. I gave both views, but I was a little more optimistic on the price action in Bitcoin due to the amount of time we spent against this red line. Unfortunately, it did not pan out that way, and instead what we did was just bust through this bottom right here, and I do think there's a large possibility we are going to retest the 7600 zone, 7700 zone, depends on where we hit it. Right now what we're going to do is just have a little small rally. That rally may even go up to about 8400 and then roll over from there. We'll have to see if it musters up enough strength to break through this zone. So we'll see what happens here, but basically when you look at the bigger picture, we see that there are consistently lower highs, okay? This is another lower high. The question is, are we going to keep churning out lower highs until we burst out through the bottom of the 6,000 zone? Based on this price action, based on everything that's going on, I'm starting to think that there's probably a higher possibility there. Everything right now from a bigger perspective does not look good. And by bigger perspective, I'm going back from the end of the bubble. The end of the bubble is right here, right at this top, right about the 19,000. I think it was like 19,500 on Bitfinex, somewhere around there. Oh, 19,800, so almost 20,000, right? Anyways, so based on that and based on what we can visually see here, we see a market that is dwindling, and what I've talked about in my previous videos is that it kind of looks like the big money is just churning out their positions, right? So they have big positions, you create rallies. That's why we have these V-bottom rallies. I talk about these thin rallies, and you can see just how thin they are. There's no base at all. There's no consolidation base, no nothing. It just immediately turns around and whips back and forth. And obviously you can see what's happening due to those thin runs. They're completely getting negated. And we've had another thin run here. We busted up. So chances are we're going to land here at the 7600, 7700 zone. And then the question is, do we continue higher? I'm just having a hard time believing that we're going to continue higher, especially when we're looking at the bigger picture right here. After the bubble exploded, price is trying to gain its footing, and I thought maybe this was going to be the uptrend line that we were going to create the structure off of for a long-term price movement. Unfortunately, it's not looking that way. Because of this, we had a big downtrend line set here, right? And we bursted through it like there was nothing. And we came at this one with the same amount of energy here, okay? We even spent a lot of time in this area, but still could not break through this zone. So I'm having a hard time being bullish on Bitcoin at this level. So I think if we do break through the 7600, 7700 zone is what I'm expecting, then I do think that we could easily hit about the 64, 6300 zone, depending on how price reacts as it breaks through here. Now if we break down through and price reverses earlier, then that's obviously going to change the analysis. Now these are 4-hour bars, so this could take a day, 2 days, maybe even 3 days to fully flesh itself out, depending on how big those bars get. So right now everything does seem pretty slow, pretty controlled. We had a big bar today. By a big bar, I mean it was like what was it, like 400 points, so nothing too crazy. But it was a pretty big bar, followed consecutively. Now we're having a little relief rally, which is what I call these, where we get a nice little relief and then a continuation of the current trend, which is obviously down. This is a much smaller line set. It's a tighter line set, so I thought we'd build up enough energy here. And since we spent more time here on this side, I thought we were going to blow it out. Unfortunately, you know, something greater is going on here, and it just does not look good from this current standpoint of where we're at in Bitcoin. So right now, that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting price to at least touch this area, 7,600, 7,700, and then from there continue downward. There's probably going to be some volatility along the way, but I do see us going much lower. If we do decide to break through the 6,000 bottom, right? Like I said, it's not going to be good. We should have quite a fall, and we could literally end up into the mid 5,000 range. That would be a low area to land into, around maybe like 5,300, 5,400. From there, you know, there could be a bounce. There could be a pretty decent size bounce from that area if we do hit there. Even from about 6,300, 6,400, there still could be a fairly decent bounce as well too. So we'll have to see exactly how price pans out. I do think we're going to get some volatility in this area. We're going to maybe churn a little bit and then have a continuation to the downside. But you know, when I look at the chart, it's like every time I try to get positive about Bitcoin, it just unfortunately lets me down. And it's just you know, when you look at this overall picture, you can see just the continuation of lower highs and lower lows. So yeah, that's pretty much it for tonight. We'll see how it pans out. You know exactly where my expectations are. We're starting to have a nice bar here. I think this could be a possible fake out. Oh, sorry, I grabbed the wrong marker on me. But I think this could be a fake out as we start to kind of churn like so and then roll back over. Now, price may get volatile like this, okay? But no matter what, I'm expecting a retest of this area. And as of right now, I'm actually expecting price to break through that area. So for tonight's analysis, I think we, you know, reach this line and then from there decide to break through it going into tomorrow and possibly even Wednesday. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, I'll do my video tomorrow. That's the update for tonight. And I try to give both sides. If we break through, if we break through the 84, 85, I would say about 8,500. If we can clear 8,500 on Bitfinex, then it will obviously signal a trend change. Now, what may happen if we do break through that zone is we would break up and then more than likely churn back down the side and then take off from there. So we'll see what happens. I'll do my video tomorrow, but right now I really don't have too much positive things to say about Bitcoin and based on this current price action. So I hope everybody has a great day or great night depending on where you are. And I will do my next video tomorrow evening. If you have any comments or questions, post them down below. If I do have time, I will get back to you. I do thank you for your time. If you do like the video, you do like the content, please like, subscribe, follow, etc. And then I will talk to everybody tomorrow. Thank you.